If you're a loan officer or a real estate agent who want to 2 to 3x your production using webinars and workshop, then check out this video. I'm going to be showing you 9 strategies that will show you how to 3x your webinar profit. Check this out. Let's dive into the content, how to 3x your webinar profit. So this video is going to be divided into 3 sections. First, traffic, how to fill up your workshops. Second, presentation, how to not only educate, but motivate and get people to take action. And third, post-webinar sequences, how to properly follow up to get the most out of your webinar. So let's dive into it. Section number 1, traffic. First of all, when it comes to traffic, there are 4 primary channels that you can utilize: organic, paid ads, emails, and partners database. What is organic? Organic means that you organically on your social media promote your workshop using stories, using reels, and using content. When it comes to organic promotion, even if you have a few hundred followers, you can get high quality leads to sign up for your workshop and actually show up. In paid advertising, you usually go for volume. So when it comes to volume, you always going to have mix of cold, warm, and hot audience. So I always recommend my client to mix paid ads and organic together. Second, your email list. You might not have huge email list, even if you have 100, 200, 300, or 1000 leads. I would highly suggest to promote your workshop using your email list because you can get a few very good warm and hot leads from your email list. And fourth, your referral partners. We have clients that using the referral partners database for few years in a row to launch all of their workshop. Make sure you invite a partner in your workshop, not only generate leads together, but also utilize each other's database. Second, sign up page. So when it comes to your sign up page, first you capture somebody's attention. Second, now it's time to get people to exchange their information for your workshop. So what's matter is first, a solid headline. You need a good headline that get people to say, yes, I definitely want to attend this workshop. And what is a good headline formula? Here is a good headline formula. First, you bring up the desire, the dream desired. Second, you're going to remove the main pains. For example, how to become a homeowner in the next 90 days or less without excellent FICO and huge down payments. That's a great FICO that gives the main promise and also going to eliminate the biggest challenges. Third, it's going to be show up automation. This part is very, very important because even if you have 100 sign up and you don't have a good show up automation, you're going to miss at least 90% of the attendees. From 100 people, 10 people might luckily show up. But if you have a good show up automation, you can push the show up to 30%, 40%, or even 50%. And I highly suggest to always suggest to include emails and text messages, minimum 10 emails and minimum 5 text messages. What email does? Email going to remind and also handle some objections ahead of the time. For example, it mentions even if you don't have 20% down payment, it's totally fine because we have solution that you can buy home with 3% down payment, and I'm gonna show you how on the workshop. You share some part of the solution and you creating an open loop. And for people to close in the loop, they have to show up inside your workshop. The next section is your presentation. Now you get 10, 20, 30, 40 people into your workshop. You gotta get people to take action, actually learn, and actually book a call with you at the end of webinar and workshop. The question is, how do we motivate people? One of the strategies is by bringing up the cost of inaction. What is the cost of not taking action? The way we do this is, for example, sometimes we show people a graph, a graph of the last 40 years of home buying history, home prices, and also the interest rate. We show people anytime that interest rate comes down, home prices goes up. If you can afford, today is the best time to take action and buy a home since home prices hasn't increased more. So this way, we logically connect with people because logical people are looking for graph and stats and numbers. The other way that we show people the cost of inaction is we telling a story of somebody who became a homeowner even if they were skeptical about the timing, about the housing industry in today's market. And now they built so much home appreciation because they decided to move forward. Or we can tell another story of somebody who called us 2 years ago and they didn't take action and now they have to go ahead and buy a smaller home because they've missed that window. The second strategy is the social proof. So you want to always bring up case studies that show people two things. First of all, you are the right loan officer and real estate agent to work with. Because there are always two type of belief that is this the right person or this is the right timing to become a homeowner. So the way you're going to handle these objections is first show people case studies so people see that you've helped other people to become homeowners. And the second strategy are the reviews. You're going to show people, showcase your reviews in multiple slides so people see that you've helped 20, 30, 50, 100 plus other people to successfully become homeowner and now they're happy with the decision that they make. The third strategy to get people to actually take action inside your webinar is irresistible offer. So when it comes to irresistible offer and getting people to take action, there are always question in people's mind that should I book a call with this loan officer or real estate agent? Is this going to be a sales call? Is this going to be a risky call? Is this going to be a valuable call? So that's why it's very important to form a irresistible offer at the end of your webinar so people feel stupid to say no to your offer. That's the definition of an irresistible offer. So how do you increase the perceived value and lower the risk? The way you do this is coming up with type of offer. For example, you can say book a call to get, for example, you can say go ahead and book a call to get your custom buy now versus waiting report. So you can see how much you're going to lose by waiting and how much you're going to save by taking action right now. And you mentioned multiple times that there is no commitment and there is no pulling credit. So this way you lower the risk and also you increase the value by mentioning a custom report of buy now versus waiting. The type of low value offers are the ones that you mentioned, free consultation or free pre-approval, and that doesn't consider as an irresistible offer. And the third section is going to be the post webinar sequence. Remember, 50% of your webinar success comes from the presentation itself, and the other 50% comes from what happened before and after a webinar. So when you finish a webinar, you want to make sure that first of all, you have a post webinar follow-up sequences that aggressively follow up with all the leads, regardless they showed up or they didn't show up on your workshop. You send minimum of 5 text message and 10 emails in the next 5 days to remind people that why they should book a call with you. A good automation is an automation that we use, for example, in our system that's going to separate and segment your audience based on their behavior, if they showed up or if they didn't show up. For example, we mentioned that go ahead and book a call because we noticed you missed the presentation and here is the replay and go ahead and watch the replay. And the other type of messaging is, hey, congratulations, we noticed that you show up and the next step is to go ahead and book a call with us so we can show you how to become a homeowner faster and access your custom report at the same time. So people when feel the message personalized, they move forward and they are most likely to take action. The second strategy is the post-webinar nurture. When it comes to your webinar, it's very important that after 5 days of follow-up, which is automated, there is a system that nurture all of your audience for up to at least 1 year. So we create a 64 touch point throughout the entire year from the text messages, emails, and voicemail drop. And lastly, but not least, is utilizing your database. So it's very important as you move forward and you do webinar and workshop, you keep coming back to your database and inviting people back to your workshop because frequently we have client coming back to us and say, hey, we just closed the deal or two from a webinar 6 months ago. Why is that? It's because we constantly go back and invite into the future workshop. You can always invite people again to your workshop because of saying, hey, interest rate just dropped. Here's a new workshop. Okay. And again, educate people and get them to take action because buying a home is not like buying a purse, $1,000 purse, but it's a $500,000, it's $1 million, $2 million commitment. So that's what you want to keep going back to your workshop, to your database, and invite your prospects and leads to your future workshop. I hope you enjoyed the video so far. If you're looking to get customized webinar plan, go ahead and click on the below link and book a quick call with us so we can take a look at your funnels and we can give you a customized game plan and also show you how our programs can help you to build a profitable webinar system in your business. Thank you so much for watching.